Right. So I mean, but that's an odd problem, right? That's an odd solution that you have to restart a live manager login to break a video loop that shouldn't be there in the first place for external clients.
And they're telling us that it's impossible.
Well, you know, if we're seeing it 2 meetings in a row, that's not impossible. That's some type of code error.
Yes. So, but as long as it's fixed,
Yep.
all I care about. What? What? I have to log on all my stuff. Okay, so we have that. Yeah, this is still funky too.
Setting?
Well, just because it's
Can you see over
still
this at all?
so new. Oh, yeah. I'm good. I'm good.
Well, I got mine kind of in the corner, so.
And if you need to turn it more for you, that's fine. No, no, whichever way you need to is fine. If you need to turn it that
No,
way.
I'm just, however you need it, I can move it around.
I am good.
So like, if I move it forward a little bit or move it back, it's whatever. Cause you know.
Yeah. Nope, I get it. So the only thing I care about is that external video is now working. Branson? Oh. Never mind, we're good. Adrian, when you take these out, can you put one of these right there next to
Welcome. Innovate 2020 is an exciting time for us here in San Bernardino County. There's a technology revolution taking place in government. Great minds are applying creative thinking, technology, data analytics to provide better services to our public. Many of those great minds are right here in our county organization. Innovate 2020 is a year-long initiative designing to bring out the best in all of you. We will provide a forum for each of you to bring the best ideas forward. Innovate 2020 is about thinking about what you do every day and thinking about how it can be done better. In government, we often avoid taking risks and we do things because we've always done it that way. Innovate 2020 will allow us to expand and be bold. The future belongs to the bold. Stay tuned for more information and thank you for your commitment to public service. We look forward to the future of the excitement that you bring to your departments and how we partner up with our residents to make it a better place to live.
Hey. Yes, that's on the agenda. It actually was on there that it's being continued.
San Bernardino County was awarded #1 fleet out of the 100 Best Fleets contest, which is done by the National Association of Fleet Administrators. This is a big deal because it's open to any government or municipal fleet in the entire Americas. So as you can imagine, there's thousands of fleets out there, and we were fortunate enough to be ranked #1. When I heard the news, I was humbled. San Bernardino County does a lot of great initiatives in our fleet department. We do the obvious, which is maintain and repair vehicles. We provide fuel, but we also do a lot of other things, like we fabricate gates and grates and even a tortoise tunnel for the desert to protect endangered desert tortoises. We're the largest county in the lower 48, which means we cover 22,000 square miles plus. So we have to be able to respond anywhere in the county at a moment's notice. We provide generator support, we provide support during disasters. That means responding to support public works or fire or sheriff in the event of an earthquake, a windstorm, floods, pandemic, whatever it might be. I don't think there's any one particular initiative that singled us out for the placement in the contest. Rather, I think it was our relentless pursuit of efficiencies, our continuous quest for improving the operation, our focus on exceptional customer service, and always pushing the needle forward. I think that's what got us where we're at. I'm very proud of my team at San Bernardino County Fleet Management for the hard work they do day in and day out. No matter what gets thrown at us, they handle it.
You're welcome. You're welcome, buddy. I didn't even tell her. I
While closed to the public, our call volume increased by 52%. On the tax deadline, April 10th, our tax specialist assisted over 1,500 customers over the phone. During this time, we timely processed over 107,000 payments, totaling over $64 million. On a daily basis, staff remotely reconciled collections and prepared daily deposits, totaling $1.2 billion to ensure revenue was available. On June 15th, we reopened our lobby to the public and are welcoming taxpayers from behind glass partitions. I'm proud and honored to work with such committed staff.
I'm delighted to welcome you to the Curtain of Courage Memorial Dedication Ceremony. This is a special day, an emotional day, one that we've waited years to see. Many of you have traveled great distances to be here, especially family members. We are grateful for your efforts to attend this event and remember those who were taken from us just over 6 years ago.
As we look at this monument, may we reflect on the memories and lessons of each very precious life, because it is this, our shared story, with all its pain and tragedy, that binds us together as a diverse community of people around our county today and even with those around our world. And may this curtain of courage represent to you that we choose to join you in honoring the lives of your loved ones, our loved ones, and we'll never forget them.
December 2nd, 2015 was an unimaginable day for all of us. 14 people we loved were taken away from us on that day. Our employees were spiritually and physically wounded. It changed us all forever. Following the attack, the Board of Supervisors formed a memorial committee made up of family members, survivors, first responders, and county staff, so we could build something that would stand forever as a testament to our commitment never to forget.
The Curtain of Courage is a place for us, one of mourning, but also we want it to be a celebration of life, akin to a small set of chapels, each signifying an individual loss, but creating a place that marks this day in time.
And today, we're here to honor the memories of those that succumbed during that day, but also to honor them that are with us today and their families that move forward. To be able to see this curtain of courage gives us all in San Bernardino County, the state and the nation, the courage to move forward.
In 2018, almost 3 years after the attack, the San Bernardino County December 2nd Legacy Report was published. It was intended to be a publicly available resource for communities and organizations that must respond and recover from similar situations. Already, that report is helping other families and other communities learn from your experience.
Each alcove, each color, and each word represents a life, a person, and helps us to never forget them. We will now unveil the memorial.
the hill's on fire. Come on, get out of here.
We're gonna go head up and take a look at the hillside fire. It's a fire from 2019. Ended up being about 200 acres. We ended up losing 6 homes, 18 homes are damaged.
The biggest challenge has been the wind. We've had that sustained wind of 30 miles per hour. We've got much higher than that.
During that time period, we were under a red flag warning for a couple days. There were strong gusty winds, dry conditions, poor humidity recovery overnight. It was dispatched around 1:30 in the morning. I remember from that night, I looked off and I could see the glow up there. And so I knew this had the potential to be a significant fire. Obviously people are home and they're sleeping at that point. It was a matter of minutes before the fire had come down from Highway 18 and started to impact homes. To try and do evacuations and notify people when you have a fast encroaching fire like that proved to be quite challenging. Chief Yeager will tell you that he actually had to force his way into homes to wake people up.
When I got up here, there was so much fire, so much ember cast catching everything on fire that I just said, you know what, our priority is always life safety. I'm literally pounding on doors at 1:32 in the morning and knowing that I'm about to go into somebody's house and they are dead asleep. I will tell you, every firefighter that responds to any call wants to do everything. They want to conserve the property, they want to protect life.
When we have these fires, resources get stretched out thin. We had multiple areas that were impacted at the same time, which was challenging for the firefighters because we were spread out. You got to take care of evacuations and try to protect the homes the best you can. We'll establish an ICP on any fire. For this particular fire, we knew that it had the potential to be a complex incident with structures threatened and involved. So we set up our incident command post at Wildwood Park.
Whenever you see the small SUVs, those are the vehicles with the battalion chiefs in them, and they're the ones that are responsible for the command and control portion. And the incident commander ultimately will be the one that's in charge of the entire incident.
A lot of times when you're at a command post, you don't have a full visual of the fire, so you're strictly relying on the feedback that you get from the crews.
One of our hand crews had came up to me, and I was up on the north end over here. Topolesky came up and said, hey, I think we can go direct here on this flank if you're comfortable with it. And it was like, yeah, Matt, if you feel comfortable, then yeah, let's engage. And let me tell you, I think he prevented a whole lot of that lateral spread.
The next day, I was amazed at the work that our firefighters did, the hand crew. It was shocking to me, the amount of homes that they saved.
There's a lot that goes into this. I mean, we're anticipating the build out of the call. So you can imagine that this parking lot that we're in now is empty, has 2 vehicles, the whole thing was full. You have the unified staff that comes from the Forest Service and all the other agencies that you're in unified command with. There is logistical support. This whole area ends up becoming utilized for a 200-acre fire. From our perspective at the command post, or where we set up and we run the incident from, we're a support mechanism. Our only goal is to support the incident. And that's what we consider ourselves as part of a team, right? We're looking at what resources do I need, big picture? Where can this go and impact big picture? And what actions can we take strategically to mitigate the incident? I'm Gary Yeager, a battalion chief with the San Bernardino County Fire Department.
I'm Dan Wooders, battalion chief with San Bernardino County Fire.
I'm homegrown and I'm proud to serve you.
And I'm proud to serve you.
San Bernardino County's Land Use Services has now made it even easier for you to schedule your on-site, virtual, and self-inspections. It's called Easy Inspect, and it's a new mobile app available on the App Store and Google Play. Built with both contractors and homeowners in mind, Easy Inspect is an easy-to-use tool for viewing all of your eligible inspections right from your phone. You can schedule one or multiple inspections at your fingertips. For any additional help using Easy Inspect, visit easyinspect.sbcounty.gov or call 800-637-6655. In 2022, San Bernardino County rewrote the record books. We earned 82 achievement awards from the National Association of Counties, far more than any other county in the nation, and higher than our personal best of 60 in 2021. There are more than 3,000 counties in the United States, and San Bernardino County stands above them all in terms of accolades for innovation, efficiency, and public service. For more than a decade, the county team has been a consistent leader in earning state and national awards for its groundbreaking programs. More than 500 awards over the past 12 years. So what areas of public service does San Bernardino County's Hall of Awards cover? Pretty much all of them. We won 27 awards for our response to COVID-19. NACO honored San Bernardino County for the vaccination and testing partnerships we created with churches, schools, nursing homes, communities of faith, and communities of color. We were honored for a task force we created to protect our residents from flooding in the wake of the El Dorado fire. Our efforts to bring Topgolf to Ontario won an award, as did our recognition of the Native American heritage of our museum and historic sites. We won 3 awards for our many efforts to ensure those who commit crimes don't reoffend, as well as our efforts to stop illegal cannabis cultivation. San Bernardino County won several awards for sharing the wonders of science, art, and reading with children and adults. And that's just a sample of the 82 national awards claimed by San Bernardino County for the services we provide to our residents and visitors. Thank you to our county employees for making this recognition possible. Learn more about our awards and services at sbcounty.gov.
Parenting. Whoever said it was going to be easy? With the rewards, there are challenges. Helping with homework, making sure they are healthy, and getting food on the table. All while keeping yourself organized, managing your own career, and fitting in time for self-care. Whether you have toddlers or teenagers, are co-parenting or a single parent, starting a new job or facing unemployment, we at the San Bernardino County Department of Child Support Services understand. We are committed to helping you with your child support needs or opening a child support case and providing resources that will help make what you do every day a little easier. From where you are to where you want to be, let us help you get there.
I personally always play ball with Levi. Cody always plays ball with Nolan. And then we have Sonia, who is upset if she doesn't get 2 buddies. There will be special requests on the field, like, no, you're my buddy, and then sometimes they get in arguments. And Miracle League is a baseball league for people with special needs. Our role is to go down there and be their buddy. Whatever they need help getting around the bases because they're in a wheelchair, assistance hitting the ball, throwing the ball. It's our job to make sure that nobody gets hurt. Everybody there is just having a good time. Both teams are rooting for each other. You know, there's really no competition. There's no outs. Everybody's just there to have fun. It's just a really neat program to be a part of. 6 o'clock is game time. They'll do a national anthem. We buddy up with our players. Sometimes you have no choice in the matter. They come up to you and like, you are my buddy.
You want to be my
Absolutely.
buddy? Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're with them the whole time. So he hits the ball, you're running with him to the first, second, third. It's all about getting out into the community that we serve. We will run into some of the players at the grocery store, on medical aids. You know, they'll instantly, you know, we'll recognize each other and talk about, you know, when the next season is coming out. You know, a lot of our players obviously have some medical issues, and we've gone to their houses on medical aids to already have the relationship. You know, we already know each other. The parents already know us. It is a lot different than just going into someone's house that you don't know.
I grew up in this area, and there were not programs that made kids with disabilities feel normal. So this is like a normal thing. This is baseball. We started in May of 2013. Fire and EMS and police guys are heroes. For our players to have the fire department come out and help them and be their best friend for a night, that's huge. It's awesome.
It's so beautiful being able to see like the parents come together and being able to hang out and communicate with each other. Being able to see the joy on the faces, there's literally never a bad day when I come to Miracle League.
We've had the opportunity to invest the town resources into Brimfield. They're used to the field. There's a lot of comfort that comes from that. Yeah, it's been a real blessing to us in the community, and you can see the participation here. You know, the bleachers are full every night. That's the thing I dig about
Throw it to Nolan. Throw it to Nolan. Nolan, throw it in.
Closely by Andrea.
Nice, bud.
He hasn't said many of his one-liners. He's famous for saying, like, if somebody's like really swinging at it, he'll be like,
He's chopping broccoli. He's chopping broccoli.
I'm definitely invested in this community. It feels like home. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love it. All right, dude.
What's in there?
We brought gifts.
Oh!
Right?
Finally a hat.
Finally, right? I'm Zach Taylor. I'm the captain with San Bernardino County Fire Department here in Yucca Valley, and I'm proud to serve you.
Good job.
Good morning, everybody. We're going to call this meeting to order. We want to acknowledge the High Desert and Joshua Tree video conference sites as well. This morning, Colonel Cook is out today, so we have the four of us, but we're led by pledge and invocation by Supervisor, 2nd District, Supervisor Rutherford.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair. It's my pleasure to be able to provide this invocation at my very last board meeting, and I invited the leader of my church in Rancho Cucamonga to join us today. He wears another hat, though. He's also the general manager of the Ontario Mills Mall, so you might know him in that capacity. But joining us today is the Rancho Cucamonga Stake President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Mark Smith. President.
First of all, I'd like to thank the supervisors for your work and efforts, and thank you for this opportunity today. Our Father in heaven, as we come together this day at this county supervisors meeting, we want to express our gratitude unto thee for the blessings that thou hast bestowed upon us in abundance. We are grateful for this land of freedom in which we live. We are grateful for people who choose to serve in government and other civic responsibilities. We're grateful for the support staff and grateful for the wonderful opportunity to live in this part of the world. We're grateful unto the Heavenly Father for the gospel of Jesus Christ and pray that we can live in accordance with the example of our Savior in civility and love and compromise and work together to accomplish thy great design. Father in heaven, we're especially grateful recently for the rain that we have received here and in the western United States. I would ask that we would be blessed to have additional moisture in abundance. We are grateful unto thee, Heavenly Father, for all that thou hast bestowed upon us, and pray that each of us will reach out to others with love during this Christmas season, as thou would have us do in remembering and worshiping our Savior, Jesus Christ. And we say these things humbly in the name of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. We'll now pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Pastor. First off, memorial adjournments. Supervisor Baca.
None.
Vice Chair?
No.
Supervisor Rutherford? No. And I have none either. County Council reports out of closed session.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Board of Supervisors voted 4-0 with Supervisor and Colonel Cook absent to appoint Georgina Yoshioka, Director of the Department of Behavioral Health.
Let's hear it for Georgina. Stand up. Georgina, welcome aboard, and please don't, it's the first time at closed session, and it gets, I think she's going to give us all prescriptions afterward, after she saw us in there. But thank you for taking the position. You've been doing a great job for last year. We're looking forward to your continued service in that department. Anything, Mr. CEO?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Nothing to report. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to turn over to the Vice Chair for a second.
Thank you very much. We will now move to our swearing in and oath of office for Supervisor Hagman. It has been a pleasure and an honor to serve with you and to occasionally act as your vice chair in your absence, and so I will enjoy the few minutes today. So if you and Mrs. Hagman would like to come on up.
I'm on the right side or left side? I don't know.
Yeah, you're good. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Kurt Hagman,
Do solemnly swear and affirm,
do solemnly swear
or affirm, sorry,
or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will take this obligation freely
that I will take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank the voters of the 4th District to give me this honor of being able to represent them for another 4 years. And thank my family, and I got my son and daughter here too, Jonathan and Elizabeth, for their support to allow us to do what we do as public servants. I've had a fantastic team of colleagues and staff and a wonderful county to be privileged to be part of this service going forward. So thank you. I'm gonna ask my kids to come up too for a quick picture.
Kurt, why don't we get out of the way and have this as the backdrop?
Thank you. And really what everyone's here for today is our next presentation. It's sad in some points, but also good to see that we're doing a peaceful transfer of power in this great country of ours that, Janice Rutherford has served 3 terms here on the Board of Supervisors. She's termed out. But more than just the 3 terms at the county, she has given decades of public service. You started when you're 17, 18 or something like that? Yeah, in many different capacities. So she definitely has the heart of a public servant. And when I came on 8 years ago now, she was my mentor, because when you think you come from different offices, you think you know how the county works, but in reality, there's so much more. There's so much more a subject matter at a county level. She helped me through those months to get up to speed, and she's done a number of things for the county as well. As far as, just new provisions to bring the youth. She has her youth council that comes out all the time. She also has championed the charter reforms over the many challenges and changes for a really open government, transparent to our residents over the years. Just been an inspiration, for all that time. So we want to thank you, but we have a full presentation. Should I bring you up while we do the video? No? Okay, so we're gonna do a video first, and then we'll step into the presentation.
The thing I loved most about being on the 2nd District Youth Council was the opportunity to meet new people and learn more about the government and learn that we have so much power to make a change in our community.
My favorite event was the State of the County. It was getting to see where our county is going and all the people that make that vision happen, and also getting to meet all these people that really go into making our county what it is and that really affect our day-to-day lives.
The thing I love most about being on her youth council was being able to meet new people and join a community that really focused towards helping others less fortunate than myself, and I really enjoyed that.
Really learning how our government works was pretty awesome, and it's going to be a great life skill. And just like the values of leadership that we need to bring to the table every day as like upstanding members of our society, especially as young people.
I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for all your help, Mom. Let's hear it for Supervisor Janice Rutherford. 12 years is a lot of time to give to a job and to give your heart and soul. Obviously, we've all watched your kids grow up during that time period. It's very cool. Yes. And then also the 10 years prior to that on Fontana City Council. And if you all know this, but Janice is probably the most articulate person that you ever see. So when I went to her first, when she was chair, the state of the county, and saw her just rattle off all these numbers and things, and I know how much I had to struggle during my state of the county, you get the appreciation of how much skill sets are involved there. So a lot of wonderful memories. We wish you the best, because you know you're way younger than I am. We're going to still be active doing something going forward. But on behalf of the board, we want to present that to you. And we do have a reception after the board meeting today, so I know you're going to get lots of presentations from everybody else you work with during that time period, but we're going to have that afterward. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
We're going to have a couple of more speeches before.
Thank you. It has been an honor to serve with you. I thank you for your guidance, your mentorship as I joined the board. Thank you for your trust in me. On behalf of the entire county family and the Board of Supervisors, a small token of our appreciation for your 12 years, of which I wish I had more time with you. So thank you.
Joe, you have to give her something too, because then we go see her try to carry it.
Okay. Well, Janice, just want to thank you for your many years of public service, and you truly know what it's like to be a public servant. One thing I appreciate about Janice, she's very engaged with her community. She really takes the time to listen, go out there and hear what they have to say, and really tries to address concerns. You know, as the chairman mentioned, she's very articulate. She takes the time to read and really study and know the issues. So she knows the issues, the ins and outs of the county, and just want to thank you for your leadership over the years. You bring a wealth of experience. I know beyond the Board of Supervisors, you have a lot to offer the community. But just want to thank you for your mentorship, your friendship, and you've been good to me anytime I had questions or guidance. You've been there for me. So, on behalf of the entire board, we know how much your Youth Advisory Council meant to you and those kids, and it was something you were very passionate about. And one of the things I appreciated about the Youth Advisory Council, you had them take on issues in the community and really go out and do good public service. So on behalf of the board, and the entire team, we just want to thank you for your service, and we have a plaque that we want to present you for your 12 years of service on the Board of Soup. So congratulations and thank you.
Again, you want me to hold the flowers or your proclamation?
Well,
there you go. How about that? There we go.
Okay, well, do you want me to say something now?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you put the pressure on by calling me out as articulate, and I have written a lot of speeches over the years and prepared a lot of speeches, And this was absolutely the hardest. I have been thinking about it for many, many weeks, and then finally sat down last night. I'm like, okay, you got to write some stuff down because I don't want to leave anybody out. And what I decided was I better not even try to give a list of names because I will leave somebody out. So I'm going to try to be general and do some categories so that I don't mess up too much. But to that end, on messing up, elected officials are people too. We have bad days. We have parts of our personality that aren't ideal. We make mistakes. We treat people in ways that we shouldn't sometimes. And so if anyway, through the course of my service, I have hurt or offended you or made you feel bad, I ask for your forgiveness. And I hope that we can, as a society, as a community, give each other the grace that we want to receive. We've lost that part of public life. We're harsh and we're cruel to each other sometimes. And we need to find it in our hearts to be kinder to each other because we're all people just doing the best we can on an everyday basis. And if we allow people that grace, it'll bring out the best in them and it'll make our community better and stronger. I have so enjoyed the opportunity to be an elected official. It is not something I ever aspired to. It's something that was thrust upon me, but I'm so glad that it did. Of course, when I look back, I can see the path that got me here and realize it was part of the plan all along. But I'm grateful to be going out having served full terms and haven't been able to accomplish so much of what was on my to-do list when I got elected to this office as well as to the city council prior. It's a great feeling to have been successful in so many endeavors and to look back and realize all the things that are undone is a message that each of us are only here for a brief period of time. We do the best that we can do when we're in the seat, and then we turn it over to the next. As Kurt said, that peaceful transition of power, it's what makes us unique in the world. Let's embrace that and support that and encourage that. And I'd like to do some thank yous. And again, my apologies for the groups that I'm leaving out. I'm going to try to be very broad here. As Kurt did, I thank the constituents of the 2nd District who gave me their confidence, who, whether they voted for me or not, allowed me to serve and represent them, gave me information, taught me about their neighborhoods and their needs, and allowed me to grow in the capacity as their representative. I want to thank the many CEOs and COOs that I served with and the department heads and the incredible people who've taught me, who listened to me, who went with me deep into the weeds and then gently eased me out of the weeds back to the policy-making role. We have tremendous leadership in this county, and we've got a deep bench. And I appreciate all of the people who've sat in those chairs and who've helped me accomplish what I have for the county and for my district. I, of course, want to thank my colleagues, present and past and absent. You have laughed with me, encouraged me, challenged me, vented with me, and problem solved with me, making me a better leader and a better person. And I hope that we have lifelong friendships. To all my friends, the old ones who kept me grounded, the people that I could call to say, remind me why the heck I did this, why did I want to be in public life, and why am I enduring what I'm enduring right now? They're the salt of the earth, and I appreciate them more than they will know. To the new ones that I made on the campaign trail and in this job, people who taught me about different aspects of the county, different ways of life. I'm so grateful. I do often tell people that you don't make new friends in this job because in politics it can be dicey to know whether someone's a genuine friend or it's just a transaction. I suppose I'm about to find out. But I know that I made new friends, and I'm grateful for them. And I'm grateful for the really good ones who helped me laugh in rough moments, who brought me and my family meals when they realized it was a tough day. For those who picked up my kids and babysat and helped me with the practicalities of being a working mom in a very public role. I'm grateful. To my family, my mom's here today, and she helped from my very first campaign, which I think was for class secretary in middle school. And I'm sure she wondered why I wanted that job, and I think she's wondered why I wanted every job since. And yet she's been there every step of the way. And I love you, and I appreciate all you've done for me. Thank you. Okay, now I said I wasn't going to list names, and now I just called out Mom, but that's different, right? You got to call out Mom. Okay. And my husband, who's joining us for the reception but isn't here right now, my gosh, when we started dating, he had no idea what an elected official was. He voted in every election, but he didn't know what campaigns were, and he was excited about going along for that first one, and then after that, he was like, we have to do what? You want me to put up how many signs? What a good sport. And what a pleasure it's been to be able to teach him about government and to learn from him as he has showed me the perspective of someone completely outside of government, how things are perceived, how things play with the public, how they would like to be understood. He's been a great blessing to me. And of course, our boys who are, well, I was able to drag them here to my swearing-ins. They're teenagers now, and they're like, Mom, we got to go to school today. So they are not here. You saw one of them in the video. They have never known a day out of the spotlight. They were born to me when I was on the city council. So kudos to them for the sacrifices they've made and the service that they've had the opportunity to render in supporting me and being part of the leadership. To my personal staff, who are mostly here today, some of them have moved on already to other careers and opportunities. You guys are just tremendous. I could not have done any of this without you. From every detail of my life to, when I need to get in a car and when I need to eat something and making sure that I have the right clothes and the right shoes for all the things to do on any particular day, everything from my scheduling to communications to policy, and for providing the support and work on behalf of the constituents of this district. You guys are just the best. I wish you every goodness in your future, whether it's retirement or other career opportunities. I know that we will be family forever, and thank you so much for everything that you have done for me. And to the county staff, 20,000 plus of you out there, and if I did math, I could go back over the years and figure out how many have been 12 years, because it would be a lot more than just the 20,000 plus that are here today. My goodness, we have amazing people here. We have staff who every day come to work with the intention of providing for the health, safety, well-being, and quality of life of more than 2 million people. That is a huge task. And just like I started out at the beginning, as we elected officials, you make mistakes, you have bad days, but you overcome that, and you do the work that's asked of you in incredibly difficult circumstances. Every day, day in and day out. And I appreciate everything you've done to help me and my staff teach us and serve the constituents of the 2nd District and the county. Thank you for the privilege of serving with you. But I'd be remiss if I didn't call out specifically some employees who aren't with us today. We lost them 7 years ago in what was the hardest day to lead, the hardest day to be an elected official, in part because those of us who were up here could not possibly know what it was like to have been in that room or responding to that tragedy. And so I want to leave and ask that you continue to remember and honor people who were injured that day, the families of those who were injured and killed. And you never forget Isaac, Bonetta, Yvette, Aurora, Larry, Michael, Nicholas, Harry, Sierra, Robert, Tin, Juan, Damien, or Shannon. They represent the best of us and the best of public service. We're honored to have known them and worked with them. And I'd like to leave you with the slogan from my youth council. They wore it on the back of their shirts. And it is this: I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service was joy. Thank you for allowing me to serve and to have that joy in my life. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still a resident of this county. I will still be around and on to other ventures. I look forward to our paths crossing in the future. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and for helping me succeed in it. Thank you, and God bless.
Come on up, guys.
My mom loves taking.
Anybody else you want to bring your staff up too?
Yeah, actually, everybody.
Come on, Team Rutherford, coming up. Staff. Come on. Now your mom can hold the flowers, or your dad can hold the resolution. Congratulations, Janice and Team Rutherford. Now we gotta go back to work. But congrats.
And then you're all welcome to come to the reception.
Reception immediately following, right? Or is there a time certain?
I don't know. They planned this.
1 o'clock. So hopefully around this, 12 o'clock, sorry, assuming we get done.
Get away with one pair of shoes. Women don't have that. Too. The orange ones.
Oh, I have to go back up. And now, one last presentation, I'm sorry. We're going to call up the folks from the Unforgettable Foundation. Tim Evans, come on up, and board, please join me back up. This is the time of year we always recognize the Unforgettable Foundation. Is founded by Tim Evans in 1999. Their mission statement is to empower communities to memorialize children who have passed and assisting low-income families to provide a defined committal for their young children. This year, the Unforgettable Foundation is celebrating its 23rd anniversary as a nonprofit organization. Over 8,000 families have been provided assistance by the Unforgettables since its inception. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, your whole team and your foundation for what you do for the residents of San Bernardino County. And we're going to proclaim December as the month to remember in San Bernardino County. So
thank you very much. Appreciate that.
This here for the foundation does such wonderful work. And Tim, can you tell us a little more what's going on?
Thank you, Supervisor. Kurt, appreciate that. And congratulations, Janice. And the Unforgettables and our board and our office manager, Monique Guerrero, we thank you for your continued support. Joe, Dawn, thanks for getting us up here. I see the sheriff. For 23 years, you have done this to help families who've lost children remember. And I know as loving parents, you all believe with us that every child is truly unforgettable. This year, the cases are way up because of the economy, and we're so grateful for your presentation, your recognition, your shining the spotlight on the ministry that we do. So thank you very, very much.
You guys do this blessed work. Thank you. And continue on the great nonprofit foundation you have. And thank you for all the residents that need your services. Thank you.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Congratulations. You've served well. What's the exempt number? Do you remember what item number that is? Yeah. Okay, Madam Vice Chair, you had a quick announcement.
I have a quick question. Out of order, normally I would do it during board member comments. Leonard, it's directed to you. I've had a number of my residents bring to my attention that there may be a glitch in the short-term vacation rental fees that are being charged to folks upon renewal. I would ask if you could look into that, and so that we can assure our residents that if there was a mistake, that we will make it right.
Absolutely, Mrs. Vice Chair. We'll do that.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, can you review the agenda for us today?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The following changes are for today's agenda. Item number 2, one of the statements should read, adopt resolution recognizing Noah A. Lim for his service to the community, and the remainder of the title is unchanged. Item number 11 is being taken off calendar. And item number 92 on the discussion calendar is being continued to January 10th, 2023. Those are all the changes I have, sir.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We have consent items 2 through 89. And I'm not commenting on 89, but anybody else have anything?
Chairman, just a comment on 31.
31?
No comment, but I'll move approval for the last time.
I'll second.
And any public comment on the consent? Oh, okay. Joe, want to make a comment on 31?
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Just want to thank staff for item number 31. This is American Rescue Plan Act money that's going to the 5th District. And just want to talk about the partnership. One of the items is about $950,000 for Spiker Park, which is a park in San Bernardino, to do improvements. But this is not only the $950,000 that the county is providing through the ARPA funds, but it's also funding that will be provided by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians, and I want to thank them publicly for the partnership, and also the city of San Bernardino. So together, the three agencies are going to pool their money together to make much-needed improvements for this underserved community in the San Bernardino community near San Gorgonio High School. And the other item is $700,000 that's going to be appropriated for the city of Rialto, because the city of Rialto owns a building where our library is ran, but the county services are ran by the county of San Bernardino. We run the library in there. And what this item's going to do, it's going to improve the atriums. So there's an atrium there which will be converted into study rooms. This is long overdue and will be needed to help some of our residents use these rooms to study in the community. And I just want to thank, Matt Knox, Leonard, and Luther for their great work on this item. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. And on item 89, it was brought to our, at least my attention late, I think it was yesterday. There's still some work that can be done and should be done with our exempt captain's rank. And so we want to make sure we give the authority to you and HR to, as we push this forward, to come back within 30 days and hopefully get some of those issues and resolved, that we can bring it back to us.
Absolutely, Chairman.
Tom, is that a modification of the motion we need to do, or the item?
No, I don't believe it's a modification.
Okay, so we're just giving direction. Yeah. And Sheriff, you think we could get it done in 30 days? Okay. So we got a motion second on items 2 through 89, no public comment. All those, we have to push I forgot our new thing. We don't have buttons yet. We're getting buttons soon. They don't give me authority to have buttons, but when I leave, we're gonna have buttons up here. So maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, 4-0. Thank you. We're gonna move on to discussion items. Item number 90. Leonard, you want to present?
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Presented before you today is an employment contract for the county's chief operating officer, effective December 17th, 2022. The employment contract provides a salary step 14, range 105B, and Group B benefits comparable to those outlined in the exempt employee compensation ordinance. Available to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions to staff? Luther, you do a heck of a lot of work for us. Thank you. No public comments on
No,
this?
sir.
We entertain a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion and a second motion. Second, all those in favor? Aye. Thank you. We're going to move on to item 91. We'll open the public hearing. There is solid waste staff in the back if anybody needs to talk. And we're going to bring up Brendan Biggs, our director.
Good morning, Chairman Hagan, members of the board. Brendan Biggs, Director of Public Works. The item before you is the Prop 218 public hearing for the approval of 17 restated and amended solid waste handling franchise agreements. This item is a result of SB 1383. Prop 218 notices were mailed out on or before October 28th, 2022, giving each owner at least 45 days to submit written protest to the new rates and annual rate methodology. The changes to the franchise hauler agreement go into effect January 1st, 2023 and include the following. Requiring mandatory collection service of trash, recycling, and organic waste for all recycling and commercial properties, with the exception of franchise areas that were granted a waiver by CalRecycle. It also revises waste service rates impacted by SB 1383, adding new hauling services to assist in SB 1383 compliance, and updating annual rate adjustment methodology to incorporate the regional and commodity processing cost information rather than a one-size-fits-all approach. This map here shows all the different county franchise areas. The areas in kind of a magenta purple have been given the low population waiver based on the 2020 census tract. The areas in blue were given a high elevation waiver. And the areas in orange did not qualify for the SB 1383 waivers and are required to have mandatory collection of refuse, recycling, and organic waste. The greatest impact is out in the Victorville, Barstow, and Yucca Valley areas. In addition, mandatory waste collection for commercial businesses will be required in areas shown in orange throughout the county. Out of the 83,185 notices that were sent to the 17 franchise areas, as of Friday, we received 8 valid protests. The recommendations are item number 1 is to approve the 17 restated solid waste agreements that are shown in the board item and also for these agencies here. Items 2 and 3 are related to the boundary change up in the Trona and Barstow area. The fourth one is to allow the Chief Executive Officer or Director of Public Works to approve any non-substantial changes. And then the fifth one is to find this item exempt under CEQA. We do have staff out in the rotunda and we'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Brendan. Any questions to staff at this time? No? We do have, we'll close the public hearing, but I do have one, I have to take public comment before I close it. And Jane Hunt-Rubel?
It appears maybe she stepped out of the chambers.
There's no one else to go to, so. You may see her out there real quick. Thank you. Hi, Jane. This is on number 91.
Oh, already?
Yep.
I thought it was going to be at the end. I'm not prepared, really. I was just out there talking to the waste management people. Yeah, I got this last month, and I showed it to my neighbors because I was afraid some of them would throw this away. And like I told the people at Public Works, I read the whole thing, and it's kind of, I'm halfway intelligent, but it was really confusing. It's like reading the propositions that are on some of the ballots. You don't know if you're voting yes on an issue and yes is a no. But anyway, they explained it to me yesterday. And I live out in Musquoy, and I've always had a compost pile for years, and so do a few other friends of mine that live out in Musquoy. And I just said, well, I guess you have to do this, but I'm kind of against it because I have a budget to stick to, and everything goes up all the time, cost of living. And I realized that because we have more people here now, and they have to have money for their trucks and everything, but I just think it's kind of unfair because I found out a zone, I'm in zone 8A, and they go by different parts of the county because my understanding there's a waiver, but it's only for certain people that live maybe way out in the county area. And I just think it's kind of unfair, that we have to, our community's kind of low income, and that we have to pay extra for, the cost of living for, I thought it was the cost of living for us, but it's the cost of living, I guess, for the county to provide the service. So anyway, I'm hoping that you guys don't approve this, but you probably will. So I just wanted to speak my piece about it. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all the requests to speak, public speak. I'll close the public hearing, bring it back out for questions and deliberation here. I do have one question. As I know, all the legalese that goes in for each section, because we have different sections for unincorporated and certain ones for incorporated. We're just dealing with the unincorporated areas. How does that change as cities absorb new territories? Do they go with our agreement or to the agreement that they have? I mean, this is happening statewide, so we know these changes are coming into effect, and we only have control over our contracts. But how's that transfer going from one place to the other as we go forward?
Yeah, I'm not sure how the annexation works. I would imagine that would, they would get out of ours, and then they would part of that whole process.
So, yeah, it's like any other kind of utility-ish. Sometimes the original ones exist even after they incorporate, but just curious. Any other questions we have for Brendan? If not, we'll entertain a motion to approve item number 91. We have a motion by Supervisor Baca. Second by Supervisor Redford. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none. Thank you. Item passes 4-0. You guys are getting quick with that now. It's a good job. We have item number 92 that we're going to be continuing on to the January 10th meeting, but we need a motion to take item number 92 to January 10th.
Move for approval.
Vice Chair Rao. Second by Supervisor Baca. Any public comment on this matter? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None. Thank you. That passes 4-0. Regular public comment. Thank you. First one is Bill Freeman, and then Jane Hunt-Ribble.
Honorable Chair, Vice Chair, members of the board, staff, and assembled participants today. My name is Bill Freeman. I am a 64-year resident of Fontana, a former 3-time Fontana City Councilman, and I currently serve as the chair of the founder of the Fontana Honor Roll Organizing Committee in conjunction with the Fontana Exchange Club. What are we? We are a group who is dedicated to building 59 monuments in downtown Fontana to the 59 men who either died while in service or were prisoners of war during World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and the War on Terror. We have 3 elements to what we are doing. The first one is we have developed a traveling exhibit with 59 placards like this with the pictures of almost all of the men and their stories and how they died. This man grew up in Fontana, and in World War II, his submarine did not resurface. His body was never recovered. We want Fontanans to remember him and the other 59 other men. The second element is we have written a book, a 318-page book, detailing the stories of all of these men, their lives before they joined the service, where they served, how they served, and where they died. The last thing we're doing is we are committed to raising $500,000 and building individual monuments to all 59 men somewhere in downtown Fontana. Now, why do I share this with you? Because you have a supervisor who is retiring and who has been very, very supportive of us. She also has a staff member who's been an integral part of our committee. And the Fontana Honor Roll Organizing Committee and the Fontana Exchange Club would like to honor both Supervisor Rutherford and Mark Taylor with copies of the book and certificates of appreciation. Now, I want to point out that Supervisor Rutherford's certificate is much larger than Mark Taylor's certificate.
It should be. As it should
I've been in politics long enough to know how this works. Anyway, we would like to present these publicly at this meeting. Jan has been a friend of mine since I was on the city council in Fontana, a church colleague of mine, Mark also. They've been wonderful supporters of this program. Please watch for us. This is a wonderful project we're doing in Fontana. And I will leave this to other
Bill,
staff
this
members
is,
to get this developed.
You're out
presented.
of time, but since
I'm done.
the spirit of Christmas and with Janice's last meeting here, we would love to have you come down and present to her, get a picture.
Okay, be my pleasure.
And Mark, I guess you want to come out and get your smaller certificate? Come on down, Mark. Our staff do so much work behind the scenes to help us do our job and make us look good. So they definitely should be probably reversed. He should probably get the bigger one. I'll get out of the way. Thank you, Bill. We're going to continue on public comments. Jane Hunt, yeah, appreciate it. Jane Hunt Rubel.
I'm not late this time. First of all, I'd like to thank Janice Rutherford for her service. I really liked her, and I know the residents up in Devore, which is, I have a special love for Devore community also. Even though you're not our supervisor, and I like Baca too. He's been doing a great job, but it's been a pleasure having you here. I don't always agree with you guys, but you know, I liked your speech because that's the way I grew up. My mom got me interested in going when I was a little girl to city council meetings and stuff like that, and the women's club and the seniors group. And then when we moved to Muscoy, she was involved in everything. The Muscoy News, she wrote for that. And she was involved in the MRA, which was the Muscoy Recreation, and a whole bunch of the senior group, and the women's club, and the garden club. So, yeah, my mother's gone now, but it really passed it on to me because I love my community, even though it's gone through a lot of changes, and I'm still there. So I'd like to thank you very much for your service. And also, I just want to mention that last Sunday, Buck, I hope that there was a whole bunch of off-road vehicles going up and down the streets and playing loud music. And I didn't know who to turn to call, because by the time they sped by and everything, it was gone. I mean, I didn't know where they lived. So I'm hoping that your program kicks in soon, because we're starting to see, I know the holidays are coming up, and we're probably going to see this same bunch of clowns going up and down the street and out into the wash and out to the public works. But I'd like to thank you for doing that. And I'd like to thank County Fire and the Sheriff Department, as always. They've done a great job out in my community. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. I believe that's all the requests from public to speak right now. And we're going to go to closing comments. We're going to give Janice the last word here today. So Supervisor Baca.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Just wanted to thank all those that attended the 5th District Open House that we had here, and thank everyone for their generous gifts and toys that we give, and especially the animal toys. The animal toys will be donated to our animal shelter here at the county, so it's a great way of giving back. And the toys, many of the toys will go to our preschool services. And one of the things I've taken upon myself, I adopt a school every year in the unincorporated area. So tomorrow, our team will be at Crestmore Elementary School. We're actually feeding the entire school with the Habit. We got a Habit truck that will be there to feed the entire school, providing gifts. There'll be a partnership with SEBA, Highway Patrol, County Fire, and some of our other departments and probation. So just want to thank everyone for their partnership. Just want to thank Janice for your many years of service. We're going to miss you here on the board. You bring a lot of great things, a lot of great ideas, a great outlook, and most of all, you've always been professional, dignified, and you've had integrity. And I think integrity is important when you're in this field. People can count on you. You're very transparent. People know where you're coming from, and I think that's an important quality in an elected official. And just want to publicly say, thank you for your service, and we know you're going to still do great things as you move on. So that concludes my comments, and wish everybody a happy holiday. Thank you.
Vice Chair.
Thank you very much. As I see Brendan sitting out there, I'd like to thank all of you and your crew for all the overtime hours, for the storms that come in. They're never during the day when it's sunny. It's always evenings and weekends. So thank you for all of that. I know that staff gives up a lot of their time and personal time, especially during the holidays, so we appreciate all of that. Georgina, congratulations on your appointment. We look forward to having you at the helm there. And Janice, it's been an honor. We will miss you, and we look forward to your reception afterwards. Please don't be a stranger, and we look forward to serving with you in whatever is next for you.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to the team, Public Safety or Public Works, everybody else who has to keep things going behind the scenes, and we get crazy in the next couple of weeks of our holiday going. Ask everyone to please be safe out there, because it's a terrible time to make a positive event into a negative event and something happens. Enjoy life. I will share that, which I wasn't planning to do this, but I just lost my cousin Friday due to a shark attack at Maui. Living life at, swimming in 50 yards away from the shore. So enjoy life, but be safe out there. And Janice, it's been a pleasure. I'm sure we'll see you around. We share our city, and we'll continue to work well together. So thank you.
Well, one last bit of business. If there's anybody outside the county who's watching this, who's thinking of coming up to our beautiful mountains to enjoy the snow, please come prepared. Put chains on your car. Make sure you have gas, water, food, supplies, coats, blankets in your car. Make sure you know where you're going. Respect the private property rights of our folks who live in the mountains. You can't just stop and play in someone's yard. You have to park legally or you will get a ticket. And please respect both the environment and the people who are blessed to live in the beautiful environment. And I know that Don is going to take up the banner of mountain safety and mountain snow play for me but it's been one of the issues that I've had to learn, and you get an earful up there from the residents on that, as you should.
She's got her little Caltrans hat and an Orange
And
visor,
don't forget
she's
to
going
take
out
your
there.
trash. You haul it in, you haul it out.
That's
that
right.
includes broken
That's right.
sleds.
And I like, Kurt, how you worked in Caltrans when the colonel's not here to yell at you
Yes,
over
exactly.
it. That's good. That's good. Thank you, Jane, for your kind words. I have appreciated your advocacy over the years, and it's been a pleasure to serve DeVore and DeVore Heights. They're great people up there, and I've been honored to be their representative. And Bill, thank you for coming and sharing. Thank you for your great work on this effort to honor the men who serve from Fontana. It's a beautiful project, and I wish you well with it. And I'm really excited to have some reading material to start my retirement from the board. I'm going to have something to fill my time now that I don't have to read thousands and thousands of pages of agendas every week. And y'all know I love reading, so I'm looking for good reading material to fill it. Thank you all again. I hope you'll come over to whatever that room is next door in about an hour for a little reception. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we will adjourn till next year, January 10th. Thank you.